You can have your eyes open or close, however you like. Can you hear me now? Before starting the chanting, we will do some visualization. Resting in the basic space, knowing awareness, awake awareness, naked awareness already. Then, just as Guru Rinpoche is pictured in this tanka, you can visualize him in front of your head, slightly above your eyes, in that form. Just knowing that it's Guru Rinpoche. And feeling his presence, visualizing his image, there's an instant blessing there. Matt, can you cut the mid? There is one of those mid frequencies more. So, as you're visualizing Guru Rinpoche's form, also feel the blessings coming from his presence. Feel with your whole body. So now he's facing you, a little above your head. His body, the same size as in the tanka, about 30 centimeters in diameter. Then imagine that he moves from in front of your head and comes above your head, facing the same direction as you. So he's floating above your head, 20-30 centimeters above your head. So he's sitting right in the middle of your own central channel. And his presence, his blessings showers down, comes down to your body through the central channel and spreads to your body. Just feel it. Then next, visualize how his form, this human form, descends through your head to your heart. He's sitting there inside your chest on that lotus throne. Just imagine that in your heart space. And then somehow his form starts to grow in size. It expands gradually and becomes the same size as your physical body. His body fills, engulfs your physical body. You become Guru Rinpoche, having a Vajra in your hand, a skull cup in your other hand, having the typical Guru Rinpoche hat in your head, the spear, Katvanga, in your lap, with skulls in it, the decorated clothes, and these pointed shoes. Just feel it. It doesn't have to be perfect, this visualization. And also his energy field covering your whole aura. Just as it is in the Tanka, there are flowers at the edges of his aura. See those flowers there. Lotus flowers. Beautiful flowers of beautiful colors. If it is too difficult for you to chant the mantra and do the visualization at the same time, just switch from the visualization to the mantra. If you already know the mantra, then you can do both. I'll do 4 repetitions, and from the 5th one together, I'll do 4 so that you can hear the pronunciation. Om Ma Hung Benza Guru Pema Sidhi Hung. 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 Om Hung Benza Guru Pema Siddhi 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 Hung. Keep continuing the visualization. Or as I said, if it's too difficult, let's continue the mantra silently in your mind. Chanting it silently in your mind. Feeling the vibrations in the body and the aura. And then you can let the mantra stop for a moment, visualizing yourself as human form of Guru Rinpoche, Nirmanakaya form. And then also the visualization, you can stop intentionally visualizing. Thank you, Guru Rinpoche. Thank you to Yeshe Tsogyal. Thank you, Garab Dorje. Thank you, Vimala Mitra. Thank you, Longchenpa. Thank you, Duchom Lingpa. Thank you and bows to all Mahasiddhas of all times and traditions. Thank you and bows to all Buddhas. May the blessings spread out to all sentient beings in all realms at this moment. Let's chant the dedication of merit. May all beings receive my accumulated merit. I dedicate the merit to the refuge and to all sentient beings. I think that's enough practice for this evening. Do you have any questions or comments? We still have 20 minutes to go.
Is that basic awareness can be the same as the basic awareness in the GPA?
Yes.
I've got a habit to sort of stop the flow of energy in my body.
What habit?
If I've got a habit to stop the flow of energy.
Mm.
Can you advise on that?
Can you be a little bit more specific?
I tend to sort of hold energy and feel, there's stuff that wants to move, but it doesn't. Certainly in my upper body and around the energy.
Well.
It does clear.
Mm-hmm.
It clears quite frequently, but it doesn't seem to sort of stay.
It comes back.
It comes back,
Yeah. Well, I had a quite annoying energetic block in my spine for a long time on this level in the spine, and it was causing me, a lot of discomfort. I couldn't really sit for in a relaxed way for a long period of time, and I had to kind of somehow try to open it. It was just, something was blocking it, and I think it took 6-7 years for it to open. So, some of those blocks can be really, really stubborn. Like one student in the Sangha has a block in the neck just above the protruding vertebra, and she's constantly same thing, it just doesn't open up. But what helps a lot is to also to just plainly be aware of it, this thing, and maybe even just stay with it. Really plain, really direct. But also saying mantras in those locations is really good. Putting our attention there and just chanting avams or Vajra Guru mantras, Namo Guru Rinpoches, Namo Yeshe Tsogyals, whatever it is, and just putting that vibration there. And it will start to melt. Obviously the whole path is about opening blockages. Being a samsaric being is being one complete blockage.
Would any kind of physical therapy help with that? I know some people work with energy, don't they?
Yeah.
Reiki, I think.
Yeah.
Would that be of any help?
Of course. When I had that back problem myself, I went to different masseurs, yeah. And then there's this traditional bone setting we have in Finland. He would always crack my back. But then energy healing is, practicing Guru Yoga is Reiki, really. What I mean is that Reiki, the energy that is used, should be very pure, so that there's no some dirt in it. So that's kind of a most important point when getting healing from somebody, that it's pure, it's really sincere, and the best way really to know whether it is pure is to compare that experience of being healed with what you experience in Guru Yoga or Ati Yoga. That's actually a really good study. I did it a lot back in the day. I studied with one Finnish man who is really, really good with different energies, and especially healing energies, Reiki energies. Rei means spiritual, like fine, and ki means energy. So there are many, many different kinds of Reiki, but then not all of them are good, in the sense that not all of them are pure. But the traditional forms usually are good. There are also all kinds of new age styles of Reiki. So then the probability of there being something else in the vibration grows. I used to teach yogic healing with mantras, and which is kind of similar to just doing the practice of Tibetan heart yoga in the body mind of another person. It can be done like that. Well, not with Avam mantras, because those are empowerment mantras. Empower has to learn through empowerment, but has to be learned that way. But for example, Om syllables or just Om Ahung can be used for healing other people. And this is kind of now we're I just thought of helping people who are ill, like properly ill, and people who are dying, who could use a hand. Asking a blessing from the Guru. For them, for these people, asking the Master to help that person with that illness, whatever it is, and help during the time of death, because usually people in our culture, there's no tradition of assisting dying people as there is in the East, in the Buddhist tradition particularly. So asking Master's blessing can be very, very helpful, because usually people feel quite anxious and fearful when death is closing. Somehow helping in eradicating that emotional uncertainty, anxiousness, fear, through the blessings of the Guru, or just silently being with that person and chanting mantras for him or her. If that person and maybe others around, if there is some suspicion about what mantras are, then just silently in one's mind, with the pure intention of helping that person, assisting in that transition. And also it's good to ask the Guru to help and take care of that person after dying, after the last breath. This can be very useful. I remember when my own father passed away in 2011, 7 years ago. He was very, very, he had been in the hospital for 2 weeks, and he knew that the close was, how do you say, close is coming? End is coming. So when I went into the hospital room, there was quite a lot of uncertainty and fear, just this kind of energy there. And I sat down there. He couldn't see anymore. His eyes had gone blind, but he could hear me. And he couldn't speak anymore either. But I told him that I'm here and I will help you with this transition, assuring him, first verbally assuring him that it was okay, no problem. I've dealt with this before because I had been meditating for many years, so and gotten some skills. So that calmed him down a little bit. And then I just asked the gurus with who I was working at the time to, hold him, take care of him. And the room just lit up. And that feeling of, do you say sanctity? Feeling of sanctity, as there are in old temples and churches, that really pure, elevating, embracing energy. And his fear and anxiety disappeared. Yeah, that's how he died. really like basic things that we do in our practice, asking a blessing, saying mantras, can be very helpful in those kind of situations. Also, in speaking of dying, if one is I was using the term awareness holder. It's vidyadhara in Sanskrit. Vidyadhara, one who holds vidya, knowledge. So when one is an awareness holder, meaning meaning an attained siddha, a Buddha, then you don't need to do anything when you're going to die, because nothing will change except that you will shed your body. But then, if that is not the case, if you're not there yet, then there is a practice called Phowa, P-H-O-W-A, Phowa, which is yoga of death and dying. And in Tibetan heart yoga, as you know, there are 3 levels of techniques: level 1, level 2, level 3, and the last technique in level 3 is Phowa technique, how to exit the body at the moment of death. It's really simple, really, and very useful. But to clarify, when you're practicing Tibetan heart yoga, you are not, casting of your physical body. It won't happen. The mind stream, or the mind, soul in Christian terms, it won't detach from the body until the physical karma is up. So even if you practice Phowa, it won't. There's always a string, a certain channel that keeps the mind and the body together. So it cannot be forcibly used to exit the body. But it's good to exercise that. There's always the possibility that we all won't attain Buddhahood in this life. So it's good to exercise Phowa and be ready. If you practice it on daily basis in your Tibetan heart yoga practice, and do it however long it is until you die, whether it's years or decades, then you are prepared. And when that moment comes, you realize that, then you just shoot up, practice Phowa, and straight to Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land. And also, so I will briefly explain what the Phowa technique is. So they are different depending on the tradition, lineage. Phowa techniques, how they are technically built, they vary a little bit. But the main idea is to shoot your attention from your body and head space up. You know that there are these centers about the head that we constantly talk about, and the Mahasiddha Bhumis, and also there are centers in the body and in the limbs. and below the body. So all these centers, they are entryways, doorways, portals to different realms. Okay? Realm meaning a plane of existence. There are these graphic presentations of, in Buddhism it's talked about 6 realms. There's hungry ghosts, there's hells, there's animals, human beings, and so on. So if we look at, for example, the realms opening from the limbs, from the centers in the limbs, those are primitive realms of existence, from insects to various kinds of animals, simple animals. So these, it just means different psychological functions. It can be very, very simple and primitive, or very advanced. Like in human being, the reason why it's said that having a human body is very, very precious is because our energy body, our mind, has that potential of becoming a Buddha. Even though animals have Buddha nature, they cannot attain Buddhahood. Humans can. And, I suppose if you're without a body, like some kind of a light being, like an angel, deva, it's possible to attain Buddhahood. But, anyway, I was saying that, so there are these different centers we have which are like connected to different vibratory rates, different realms. And these ones above the head are similarly connected to Pure Lands. And one of those Pure Lands is Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land. There are many others, like Amitabha's Sukhavati. Amitabha's Pure Land is probably the most well known. But many Buddhas and Mahasiddhas have their own Pure Lands, have their own centers, ashrams, places. So yeah, that possibility is there, that we as Pemako Buddhist practitioners, open heart practitioners, we take the refuge to Guru and his Pure Land, meaning Padmasambhava and his copper-colored mountain. So when that commitment is made, he will make sure that when we die, we won't get lost in all kinds of, what is that word, in-between states, or in lower realms. Because in lower realms, it means that you likely won't have the opportunity to practice the Dharma. And if you don't have that opportunity, what you have is just your karma, being in a very difficult situation. Like human beings also, if we think about hell realms that is mentioned in Buddhism, it means just being in a mind that is hell-like. Or hungry ghosts, for example. Junkies and alcoholics are living in a hungry ghost realm. but they are also energetic realms, non-physical realms, these places. And so if you have those habits, or demonic realms, for example, I'm sure like people who purposefully hurt others, cause others harm, it creates a certain kind of mind state, and there's a realm connected, subtle realm connected to that mind state. So if a addict, alcoholic dies, there's a strong inclination that that mind stream, that person ends up in a hungry ghost realm. Or in the same way, a demonic person, a very violent or harmful person ends up in demonic realms. And then again, if you're a Dharma practitioner, you can end up in Pure Lands. But then if you're attained Buddha, then you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Then you can choose whatever you want. You can go do some, what is it? It's said is it island hopping in Thailand? Island hopping? So you can hop from one island to another. You can go and be a Buddha in hell. That would be very useful for beings in hell. Some Mahasiddhas do that. Or any of those lower realms. Or take a rebirth as a human being. Okay, I think it's time to end for today. It's exactly 8. So thank you for this evening, and let's continue tomorrow at 9. Please be on time tomorrow, because we have to start at 9 o'clock sharp with the empowerment. Thank you.